Hey guys, Gary here from RV Living Life. Today we're going to go on an adventure with Dave from Our Endeavor. We're at the Next Exit Rally and he took a small class, a group of us, on a geocaching expedition, which was quite fun. The wind was so strong, as you can see by the flags fluttering around, that I really didn't have any good sound at the beginning. So I'm just going to talk over what Dave was saying and share what he was saying, and then when we get on to the expedition itself, the wind died down a bit and it was good from there. So Dave starts out by explaining the app, which is called Geocaching, and the functions, and the fact that you can be using it online or off. And if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you don't have an internet connection, you can still find the cache and you can log it, and then when you get back to somewhere, once you're connected to the internet, it'll automatically update. So the app is good online or not, which is very handy because a lot of these geocache locations are, away from your regular internet. And then he goes on talking about his experiences and places he's found caches and how some caches are very hard to find, others are quite simple. He also discusses the fact that if you're going to be logging a find, to not give away the actual location of where you found the cache. Let others find it. Don't give it away. Don't give it in the log or in a hint or anything like that. Let other people find the cache for themselves. Also, if you're going to be filming it for YouTube, it's a good idea to not film the actual find of the cache. I did that during this video a few times, but when I edited it, I cut that part out. So you'll see us jump from looking for it, I should say, and then suddenly finding it. He also mentions that with the free version of the app, you can also place some caches yourself for other people to find, but you have to maintain them. So if you're traveling all the time, it's not that easy to do. The caches need to be regularly maintained, like let's say it disappears or you need a new logbook in it or what have you. You have to be in the location to get over there and fix it up. And here Chuck is mentioning that, because of geocaching, he's gone to a lot of places he would not have normally gone, and he's found things that were quite beautiful and interesting and what have you, just by geocaching. And Lucy also mentioned that right near her house, she's gone geocaching and gone to places she would have never been. So it is a good way to get out and explore things and see things you would have never normally seen. So now we're going to get on with the hike, and we'll take it from there. Hopefully the sound isn't too bad. The wind may build up a few times along the way, but it's pretty good. I'll let it go from here. Stick around to the end for a brief interview of a few of the people that went on the geocaching hike. Everybody seemed to have a good time. Enjoy the video.
I've got a 0.23 on this one.
Let's see.
Because you're on.
Oh, you're on your kilometers. You're going to confuse me with kilometers.
Go get him, Carol.
Now, Carol, did you find the compass? Do you want to use that? Right up there. See the little picture? Tap it right there.
This one right here?
Now it gives you a little arrow to follow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Carol's gonna love this. I'll be doing this for the rest of my life now. Come on, we gotta go for a walk. Get up.
It's a very non-stressed thing to do. So
Oh,
you
for
do
sure.
it when you want to do it.
Well, this is my kind of sport right here.
Yeah.
I could probably almost drink while I'm doing this.
Feet, and yet I was right on top of
Yeah,
it.
we'll talk about that when we get over.
22,000. And you got what, 350?
350 now.
350. So how long did that
I
take?
don't even know if it's 350, it might be 325, but we found a few today. So we're not as ardent about it as some people. Some people sit down and find, they've got a bunch of them mapped out. And by noon, they go, well, we found 20 of them. And in some cases, you can because they're one after another after another.
Right. Yeah, someone was just mentioning that sometimes they're all in a line.
Yes,
You just work your way right down the line.
And like to find ones that are just, they call them park and grab. We're not so much tuned to them. We like to find ones that take you out and make you work for it a little bit.
Right.
A little bit of a hike, a little bit of going somewhere where you haven't,
Right.
you wouldn't see it otherwise.
But you don't have to take your mountain climbing equipment with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it seems like fun.
Your compass or whatever you're using for directional to get to the cache. If you find the cache, you're looking for a small container, it'll be pretty obvious once you find it. Don't say anything. Play dumb. Let everybody find this one because this is their first cache. And if you find it, just walk back and just wait patiently. All right?
Maybe just keep going for a little bit before you walk back.
So it's close, right, Ginny?
Yeah, what are we looking for? Just anything.
A case.
And we like the easier. Micros, but if they're there, we'll find them.
Micros. And I don't understand why they have a micro out in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm really not a fan of the nanos.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. And I have found plenty of them. So once you find ground zero on your map, start working your way around. You're looking for anything out of place, anything that catches your eye, and eventually you will find it. You're going to sign the log. Make sure if this is your first find, I'm going to show you how to log this cache. And you can put down on your phone or whatever you're using to log it that this was your first cache. You found it at the next exit rally right across the street.
Okay.
So,
See, and that's the thing that confused me is because it's saying 25 feet from where it's actually at.
remember there's a margin of error with your coordinates. And a lot of things can affect that, including literally rocks. If there's rocks with a lot of metal content in them, they will throw it off. I always say 60 feet from ground zero.
Living together.
It's also, we were told when we hit ours, go out there at different times of the day.
What's the date
Because
today?
at different times of the day,
Date today?
the exact same spot will give you different
27th.
coordinates.
Right.
Not very different, but a little bit.
But a little different,
And
yeah.
we try to average it all out.
And then I think I heard something about once you do find it and you want to log it in the app, usually say thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for placing the cache.
Okay, so I just signed this book.
Yeah.
What else is in it?
Yeah, so inside of the caches will be a log. Here, this one is full. And the cache owner every now and then will stop by and pick up full logs, and sometimes they save them and they'll post a picture for the cache. There's usually trading or sometimes trading material. Oh, look at the sticker that's at the bottom of it. I can tell you that's been there for a year.
Our endeavor.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. There you go.
Nice.
That is
Good
so
job,
cool.
Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, is that you?
That is me. That is
Dang, where's our magnets?
Yeah, I'm looking to see. So there's trading material in here, and if you spot something that you want to grab for yourself, you can take something and trade it. So I always try to say that it should be an equal dollar value if there's something you found. Now sometimes with new caches, the cache owner will put in a prize for the first to find, and that is your money to take if they put it in there. Mine, I had an exceptionally hard cache, and I encourage people to mark it when they couldn't find
We'll
it.
just throw this in.
And each time that they did, I would put $1 gold coin in the cache.
Wow.
And eventually it got up to 13 before somebody finally found it.
Wow.
Yeah. So the first to find is usually a big deal for the cache owners, and they'll sometimes it'll be coupons for lunch down at Burger King. Or did you guys ever do that?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did, and basically that was what we did. But we had a geocache event, and we gave out T-shirts for.
Oh, nice.
So we had a certain, those little beads that you throw in the bottom of vases and then stick the flowers in.
Yep.
Well, we had those beads, and they were a certain color, and they had to bring them back.
Nice.
And if they brought them back, then they proved that they found the cache, and we give them a T-shirt.
Absolutely. That's a good, I like that. I like that. Yeah, that means that if there's a smiley face, that means that you've already found this cache.
Okay, so how do I do that?
So to log it, you're going to go ahead and close that. And right up here at the top is, oh, here's log right there.
Okay.
See if you can get it.
Okay.
Found it.
Okay.
And now it's going to ask you to write something to the cache owner that he will get.
And I usually say thank you.
Yeah. The next one that we're going to is going to be down the road just a little bit. If you want to turn around and head back, that is fine. The other one though is not too far away, and we just walk back across back over to the rally.
Light up the tunnel?
Yeah, I haven't looked at. Is that the light at the tunnel?
Light up the tunnel or turn on the sprinkler.
Let's pull up the map.
Turn on the sprinkler was
little
the first
picture of the
closest.
map right there. And I believe, which way, what's our orientation here? Which way? Where's our?
Turn on the sprinkler for this old guy.
I imagine that's north there.
Light up the tunnel.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
That's
Let me
like
pull. I can
195
read mine
right there.
better than. Let me pull it up here and see. I'll just to confirm. Okay, the one we are going to is light up the tunnel. So yes, that is it. Absolutely. Step away from it and let everybody make the mark. As a couple team, I always had a rule. Either one of us would find it first, but whoever found it first didn't have to make the log. Yeah, watch your step. If it's easier, some people have gone and walked over that way and gone down. It's a little easier.
It's another regular size.
Another regular? Okay, you guys you'll get an idea of how big they are by finding a few. Your micros, nanos, and regulars being some of the most common.
Perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Gary, I have a Canada Cartage pen that I'd like to put in there, or no? You want to keep this?
You're not going to put his favorite.
It does mean something to me. Yeah. That is the company I retired from that I worked for a long time.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe just throw in $50 instead.
Yeah.
I think I'll not mark that I found this.
Right. I'll be back a little later on.
But we did find a cache in California that was loaded with money, probably had close to $30 in it.
Oh,
And
no
people
kidding.
would find it and throw $1 or $5 or
Nice.
Oh, no
whatever.
kidding.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
I'm going to need help because there's a lot of lizards.
Light at the end of the tunnel.
It was sort of like the
Light up the
cache we
Light up
found.
the tunnel?
This cache sucks. It was the vacuum cleaner with a couple of bullet holes in it.
Yeah. Did it say other when it said what the the geocache size was?
I think it just said like a normal cache.
Oh.
And we were looking, they
the
were all
normal
these
size.
mounds, and it looked like Indian mounds, and we're pulling rocks out where we thought it might be, and then we felt bad about, like, are we desecrating some kind of sacred ground or something?
Yeah.
And so we're kind of put everything back, and we're walking back, and we look at the hint, and the hint was, this cache sucks, and we go, it couldn't be, and it was, you know. You open up the bag of the Hoover vacuum cleaner, and there it was.
Yeah.
So, is it best to use what you signed up on the app with?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Use your
'cause I
screen
didn't-
name.
I didn't do
Good
that back
question.
then.
I didn't do that. That's okay. That's okay. Just use the screen name that you use for geocaching, and
Can you recreate or change your screen name?
you can.
Okay, then we're good.
You can. You can pull it up and find your way back. I actually was a little nervous, I won't lie. I got out there and I thought, okay, I don't know how to get back to the car now.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, out in the desert, it's much easier. But when you're in the forest, just remember that.
So did you go back to the second cache?
I
and then
did.
to the first one?
That's exactly what I did, and then kind of retraced my steps, and I came out within a couple hundred yards of where the truck was parked. But I got a little nervous, I won't lie, and I thought from now on I'm gonna hit that parking app and just mark where my vehicle's parked.
So do you go? So you must go out alone most times?
Yeah. So even when you're not alone, generally you're following your spouse or your partner, and you're talking, you're not thinking about it, and then you get to the last one and you go, where did we park? Well, I think it's that way, you know. So handy thing to have to be able to pull up. So hopefully nobody ever gets lost. It just happened to me. It took me 500 and some caches, but absolutely.
And in different areas, you have to watch out for different bugs.
Right.
And we were geocaching in Arkansas and got home, and my feet were covered with all these black dots, and they were seed ticks. And I didn't know what a seed tick was.
Oh my gosh.
And you find out real quick because they hurt after you get, they leave like a rash on you when you get rid of all of them. But no-see-ums, what else? There's a lot of stuff out there, so it might not be bad to carry a bottle of bug spray or something.
Well, I even think I'm in the desert, you know, moving rocks.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a rattlesnake coming in.
You're right. Everything is pretty much sleeping this time of year here. Even though it's warm for us, it's cold for them. They don't want anything to do with it. But you're absolutely right. If you're someplace during the summer that snakes are prevalent, you've got to watch out for them as
Or like
you
you
go
said,
through.
the night caches, if
Yeah.
you're in the desert,
Sure.
scorpions.
Yeah. It's no reason not to do it, though. I'm telling you, it's a lot. I had to fight off wasps one time. I found the cache, and there was a wasp nest right there. And I needed that. It was one of those competitions that I was speaking of earlier. I needed that cache. So I literally went home. I got a whole can of wasp spray, and I went back out there because I needed that cache. So I fought the wasps to get that cache, and I got stung once. I did get stung once.
And we had one hidden one time, and we were teaching our niece and my sister how to geocache. And we got to the cache, and on the way back, I step over a stick, long stick, and my niece is back there yelling. Well, when I look back, the stick is moving. It was a rattlesnake.
Oh, yeah.
But it never made a move to strike me or anything. But it was just one of those things you got to be a little careful. Not really. It's a safe thing to do. So.
Generally, it will. They list the terrain and the numbers. I think it's 1 through 5 stars on the terrain. 1 being the lowest, easiest. These would be 1s and 2s. 5s being you're climbing something. You're gonna be. You know, it's gonna be difficult to get to it.
So when I was climbing over there, I was thinking that they probably wouldn't put it there because I'm sliding down the rock, right?
Right.
But in some places that could be a case.
Yeah.
Where you'd have to do that.
One would be one that's actually wheelchair accessible. And so these would all be 2s and 3s here probably.
I think it said 2 when we were walking here.
2, yeah.
And
But
it's not only the terrain, like Dave said, but it's the difficulty of trying to find it. They'll classify it as a 1 through 5.
Yeah, they have three things. Difficulty, so this one was a 2 on difficulty, and it was a 2.0 on terrain. And it was a regular size.
Yeah.
So it gives all 3
And the
of those.
micros are tough.
I bet.
Oh, the nanos are
there's
evil. The nanos, you've all seen on a number 2 pencil, you've seen the pink eraser on the end. That's how big a nano is. Not the whole pencil.
Right,
just the pink eraser. All right, and they actually have a cap. They actually have a log in there.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And yes, you have to, and they're magnetic, so they can be anywhere. So yeah.
And a lot of these states support geocaching.
Yeah.
Arkansas is 100% behind it, and you know they even have geocache events. There are a couple of states though that I don't think are really happy with hiding geocaches in their state parks.
Right.
So you got to watch and know.
Yeah, they won't let the cache owners place a cache where they're not allowed. Typically, so that's a good thing. If something is on private property, they have to get the property owner's permission to place that cache there. If they didn't, it'll probably get reported. Law enforcement also they get free accounts, free premium accounts for law enforcement. So if you go out there and you say you're looking for a geocache, he can pull up his phone if he's familiar and go, yeah, the nearest one is about half mile away. So what were you doing? I mean, so, but they also, if you're trespassing or something like that, that's a good way for them to look at it. If there is a cache that's on private property, they can generally explain to the landowner why you were there and what happened, and they'll typically pull that cache and say it's not allowed here.
Do you still get credit for it?
It's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't happen often, though. It doesn't happen often.
Thank you so much.
Well, thanks, Dave.
Yes, Dave.
Much
Very
appreciated.
good.
Absolutely.
And this was Dave's class today, and we all learned and had a great time. So we are here with Carol, my lovely wife, the other half of RV Living Life, and there's Ginny, and over here is Chuck, husband and wife team. You guys have found 326 geocaches. Carol, how many have you found?
2.
2, right on. We've had a good day.
That's okay.
And this is Nancy. This is your first time?
First time.
All right, excellent. How many have you found?
2.
2, all right. And Lucy from Wonelli Adventures?
Wonelli RV Adventure.
That's it. How many have you found?
16.
16, good stuff. So how long did it take to find 16?
Well, I kind of stopped there for a little bit.
Right.
Now.
Okay, how about not counting when you stopped?
Maybe a month.
Yeah? That's good, right? You find them all at the same time?
No.
No?
All within like a month's time.
Right, 16 different places. Oh yeah, they made you work for it.
Yes.
And this is Dave from our endeavor.
Hello.
Yeah, good friend. Been on the show quite a few times. How many have you found, Dave?
I am up to 553 now.
553, that's quite the number.
Yep.
Holy jumping. So Carol and I and Nancy have 2. So we're newbies. And everybody else experienced somewhat. So we went on a little trek and we found 2 and it was a great time. Thanks for watching.
Tomorrow we're going to do another.
Bye now.
You're hooked.